Hello, Holly and Nathan.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming to be with us today.
No problem.
So why did you start breastfeeding?
Well, it's just something I've always really wanted to do. I feel like I just really wanted the bond, like with my little baby River.
And how was it?
Oh, well, the labour and everything went really well, so I had a really good experience with that, and she latched on straight away. It was really good in the beginning. I did have to teach myself a little bit better to try and latch her on. It was only on the left side, but just to try and latch her on properly to make sure that she had like enough in her mouth, because I did end up in the beginning, like after the first week, I ended up getting, is it a cracked nipple?
You can get cracked nipples,
Yeah.
and that is to do with the positioning of the
Yeah.
baby. Often it's a very easy thing to resolve.
And and then once like you told me how, and once I learned how to do it properly, then she was doing really, really well, eating really well. And since then, I think like she's gaining a lot of weight. She's got like loads of nice little rolls, and she's really, really good. And she's a really big eater as well. So.
And Nathan, how did you find it with Holly breastfeeding? Because sometimes mums think there's not really a role for dads if they're breastfeeding. What would you say about that?
I just think it was wonderful because it's like a mum and daughter bond. And I think when you hold a baby for 9 months, it's nice to have that bond with the baby and to know that you're doing everything you can to look after her and make sure she's, well looked after and eating well. And
we're a team.
And you're a team.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the overarching thing that you would say was the most helpful, that you had support with this from your health visitor?
Well, I did love when I was latching her on correctly, every time I did have an appointment, she was double checking for me, making sure that I was still doing it great and giving me the support, like sort of like those words of encouragement to make sure like you're doing really, really well. She's like a really nice big chunky baby. She's putting on all the weight. You're amazing, mama. And like saying like when you call somebody a mum as well and a dad, straight away you're like, oh my goodness, I'm a mum. And you need somebody to tell you that all the time to make sure you feel like you're doing it correctly and that you are doing great. You sometimes need somebody to tell you because you don't really know all the time. But it's really nice to have that encouragement all the time.